Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Big Brother, and this message is brought to you by Razor Focus. Imagine a boy standing on a dusty street with nothing in his pockets but a dream that felt far too heavy for his small frame. He wasn't born with a silver spoon, he was born with a hunger that most people spend their entire lives trying to suppress because it is uncomfortable to be that driven. This boy looked at the world not for what it was, but for what he could force it to become through the sheer weight of his will. He knew that the streets were not his home, they were merely his starting line, and every step he took from that moment on was a calculated strike against the mediocrity that tried to claim him. Most people look at stardom and see the lights, the fame, and the glory, but they refuse to look at the shadows where the real work happens. They see the goal, but they ignore the thousands of hours spent in the rain, the blood on the grass, and the tears shed in silence when the world wasn't watching. We live in a world that is obsessed with the end result but terrified of the process. We want the crown, but we flee from the cross. We want the victory, but we are too fragile to endure the battle. But greatness is not a gift, it is a debt that must be paid every single day without fail. There is a quiet, brutal honesty in the mirror that most people are afraid to face. We wake up and we negotiate with our alarms, we negotiate with our goals, and we negotiate with our potential. You tell yourself that you will start tomorrow, that today is too hard, or that you have earned a break. But the world does not care about your feelings, and time certainly does not wait for your permission to pass. Every second you spend procrastinating is a second you are actively choosing to stay the same. You are choosing to remain the person who complains instead of the person who conquers. The journey from the streets to the pinnacle of human achievement is paved with the corpses of excuses. You must decide right now if you are going to be a spectator in your own life or the protagonist of a story worth telling. Reflection is a mirror that shows us our scars, and those scars are the maps of where we have been, but they do not have to dictate where we are going. Struggle is the fire that tempers the blade, and if you shy away from the heat, you will always remain soft and easily broken. Discipline is the highest form of self-love. It is the ability to tell your current self no so that your future self can have everything. It is the cold morning run when your lungs burn and the world is still asleep. It is the late night study session when your eyes are heavy and the silence of the house feels like a weight. It is the refusal to indulge in the cheap, dopamine-drenched distractions that the modern world throws at you like a drug. Look around you and see how many people are walking around like ghosts, tethered to their devices, their minds scattered across 1,000 different useless things. They are losing the war for their own focus, and because they cannot control their attention, they cannot control their lives. They are reacting to everything and creating nothing. If you want to stand where the legends stand, you must be willing to do what the masses refuse to do. You must cultivate a mind that is like a fortress, impenetrable to the noise and the nonsense of a society that wants you to be a passive consumer of other people's dreams. Self-belief is not a feeling, it is a conviction built on a foundation of evidence. You cannot just wish yourself into greatness. You must work yourself into it until your mind has no choice but to believe in your own power. When you have pushed your body to its limits, when you have mastered your craft through repetition and boredom, when you have faced failure and looked it in the eye without blinking, that is when true confidence is born. Responsibility is the weight that gives your life meaning. If you have no responsibility, you have no purpose. You are responsible for your health, your mind, your finances, and your legacy. No one is coming to save you. No government, no friend, and no stroke of luck will ever do for you what you must do for yourself. You are the captain of this ship, and if it sinks, it is on you. But if it reaches the golden shores of your ambition, that glory will belong to you and you alone because you had the courage to take the wheel. And this is where the story stops being theory and becomes reality. Because there was a boy who lived every word of this message. A boy from the streets of Brazil who carried the same hunger, the same fire, and the same refusal to accept an ordinary life. His name was Ronaldo Nazário. Before the world called him R9, before stadiums chanted his name, and before defenders trembled at the sight of him charging toward goal, he was just that boy with a dream that felt too big for the world around him. He ran on broken streets and played football with a determination that most people never find in their entire lives. While the world slept, he trained. While others looked for comfort, he looked for improvement. The path to greatness is never straight, and Ronaldo's journey proved that in the most brutal way possible. Injuries came like storms that threatened to destroy everything he had built. His knees collapsed, his body betrayed him, and many believed the story was finished. The world said it was over. They said the phenomenon was gone. But greatness has a strange relationship with pain. It does not run from it. It absorbs it, learns from it, and comes back stronger. Ronaldo refused to disappear. He refused to let injury define his legacy. Through months of pain, recovery, doubt, and relentless work, he rebuilt himself piece by piece. And when the moment finally arrived, when the world gathered to watch the 2002 FIFA World Cup, something extraordinary happened. In the final, with the pressure of an entire nation resting on his shoulders, Ronaldo delivered. 2 goals that echoed across the world. 2 goals that silenced every doubt. 2 goals that completed one of the greatest comebacks in the history of sport. Brazil lifted the trophy, and the boy from the dusty streets became a legend written into football history forever. But the real lesson of Ronaldo's story is not the trophies, the fame, or the applause. The real lesson is the mindset. The refusal to surrender when life knocks you down. The courage to stand up when everyone else thinks you are finished. The discipline to keep moving forward when the journey becomes painful and lonely. Because greatness is never given. It is earned in silence. It is forged through struggle. It is built during the moments when nobody is watching. So when you see Ronaldo standing at the top of the world, remember where he started. Remember the boy with nothing but a dream and a burning hunger to become more. Because the distance between who you are today and who you could become tomorrow is not luck. It is not talent. It is not fate. It is razor focus.